6 leaks that could drain your business. I apologize if y'all can't see the board like I want y'all to, but I'm gonna read everything out. And I ain't gonna be making no long ass sentences out anyway, so it ain't really too much to see. I just kind of got the board here, just kind of for me, for a little bit for y'all. Like I said, at the end, matter of fact, not even at the end, matter of fact, right now, this is what I want y'all to do. I'm gonna drop a link in the bio. I'm gonna drop a link to my Success Love Speed community. I want y'all to come check me out over there too as well. Over there I'm doing something a little bit different, you know what I mean? And also over there, I'm gonna be bringing some of these entrepreneurs that y'all getting to watch. I'm gonna actually be bringing them into my community, and y'all can ask them some questions. You feel what I'm saying? I know y'all like the videos, dope, the content nice. They dropping gems, they dropping game. But it's like, damn, I want to ask them something. I already know how that go. I've been in situations like that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I like what they talking about, but I want to ask them something. So you'll get the chance to do that, but you got to come join my community, Success Love Speed. Yeah, come tap in over there, man. It's going crazy. We got some courses, up and build credit over there, mindset, motivation. You feel what I'm saying? Straight transformation strategy, man. We're going to take you from where you are to where you want to be over there. That's what we're doing over there in that community. You feel what I'm saying? But over here, you know, our main goal is to help you start, build, and grow your business. So listen, I also want to make sure I'm giving you some game on what to look for and things that you could strengthen up on, and what I like to call it is sharpening my axe. You feel what I'm saying? So that way that you always can stay ahead of the game and don't get caught lacking, right? So let's jump right into the content. Leak number one, and I feel like this is the biggest one, and I feel like this is the number one reason why most small business, we're not talking about Walmarts and all that right now, we're talking about these small businesses. I'm gonna tell y'all this is the number one reason why small businesses fail. Not having the right leadership. Now, why is this important? Because a lot of businesses fail because it starts with you. And that's one thing you need to always understand and realize. So everything starts with you and it ends with you. So if something not going right, if something not operating right, if something not, the business is not being if the business is not structured right, if the business is not managed right, if the business is lacking anything, it's on you. So at the end of the day, the leadership, the accountability in the leader is what's important, what's gonna hold that business up. If you can't hold yourself accountable to what's going on in that business and step up and say, this is my fault when things is going wrong, and understand where you need to pivot at, then you will never be able to grow your business or take your business to the next level or get to that 6-figure mark, right? So I want you to understand this early. I want you to understand this in your early stages, and for real, this is something that I wish I would have knew when I was first getting into business, because I lacked this a lot. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way from people not wanting to work with me, or people not wanting to stick around the business for too long, because of the way I handled things, the way I operated, and the way where my mindset was. So the number one thing with leadership, not having the right leadership, what I want you to start doing is focusing on ownership. I want you to start taking responsibility for everything and anything that goes on in your business. So that's number one. I want you to start taking ownership, responsibility for anything and everything that goes on in that business, whether that's good or bad. I don't never want you to look back at it. If you don't got staff right now, that's cool. I still want you to start developing this mindset. If you got staff, your first employee, you're working on getting your first employee, you're working on getting your second employee, however that case may be, then I want you to start I want you to really pay attention to this, because like I said, at the end of the day, this is what's going to take your business to the next level, and this is what could drain your business. You. So anyways, I always want you to think about, am I the leader, leading the company, my team, in the right direction? Am I the leader, setting the right expectations for those to come after me? Am I the leader? Am I the leader? Do I have all my ducks lined up in a row? Do I have all the right information and resources to pass down to my team? Because I'm gonna tell you another thing too. You can't put people out there if they lacking information and resources, or if they don't have the tools to be able to accomplish what it is that you're trying to get them to accomplish. So again, it always coming back down to you. But now listen, this ain't a bad thing though, because at the end of the day, as long as you start catching this at an early stage, then you could be, you know what I'm saying, you can start tackling these small problems now, right? Before they become too big, because what happens is you're gonna think you're gonna get stuck in your ways and then not want to change when it's time to change, because you feel like this is the right way to go about it. Or then you run there like, damn, why can't I get past 50,000? Why can't I get past 70,000? Why can't I hit that 100,000 mark? Why can't I build the right team? Why can't I keep the right people around me? Or why is my business, why can't I never get like a hit? Why can't I never get a hit? It's because of you. So I want you to start developing a mindset. I want you to start developing the mindset, strengthening your mindset to, like I said, to be able to start taking on the role of a leader, not a boss, a leader. I want you to focus on leadership, not being a boss. I want you to focus on trying to tell people what to do and hover over people and micromanage. I want you to focus on leading people down the right path, so that way when you're not there, or when it's time for you to remove yourself from the business can run on its own. What I mean by the business running on its own, that means you got the right systems in place. That means you got the right team in place. That means the business is able to do what it need to do while you out there still maybe networking or closing deals or making sales or whatever the case may be. But that will never happen if you, the leader, don't set the right principles, the right standards in place, the right systems, you feel what I'm saying? So all of this comes down to you. All this comes down to you, and I'm pretty sure we all probably done work for people, and maybe the expectations wasn't set clear. The goals didn't align with yours, or the mission of the company was just not right, or there was no culture in the company, or nothing for you to believe in the company. All, like I said, when somebody started coming onto your team, all of this is up for you. This is up for you to get somebody to believe in the company. This is up for you to get somebody to make sure their goals align with the company goals. This is up to you to make sure the company's mission is intact, and that everybody on the team, everybody that you bring on the team, understand the company's mission. It's on you to make sure, if you send somebody out there to do a job, or if you send somebody out there to talk to a client or a customer, to make sure they got the right information to translate to that customer or that client, and to make sure that they got the proper resources, so that way when they transfer this information, that they also could go to the next solution. That way they can go to the next step and have a solution with the resources that you give them, and also the proper tools in case it's time to execute on the job. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you always stay intact on what you need to be doing. What you need to be doing and what you need to be focused on, to make sure the business is doing what it's doing and is running in a fashion that's not causing you to be a slave to the business. I want your number one goal to be focusing on moving from a business operator into a business owner. But again, you will never be able to go from a business operator to a business owner until you develop and master the skill of leadership, right? Leadership and ownership. If you don't have those two things down, down pat, I promise to God, you will never ever, if you do reach 100K, you won't surpass that. And every time you do hit 100K, I guarantee you always gonna hit a ceiling. You always gonna hit resistance. Every time you hit 100K, you're gonna hit resistance. Why? Because you like the ownership, the leadership is not there. You're not leading you're not driving a company in the right direction for it to excel and for it to grow the way it need to grow. You, the leader, you as the leader is the GPS for that company. You is the one that's driving that company, whether it's gonna be successful or whether it's gonna fail, whether it's gonna make it past the 3-year mark, whether it's gonna make it past the 5-year mark. All that boils down to you. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, hit that notification bell. And also too, y'all, let me know if y'all want me to start doing a bit more videos like this too, where I just drop a little bit of game, give y'all some strategies and frameworks to, you feel what I'm saying, to help y'all, further along go with y'all business. Let me know if y'all like that. And I start doing more stuff like this too, because I feel like I need to be dropping more content. I ain't even gonna lie. Strain number 2. Ooh, this is a good one right here. Not having the right team. So now what I want you to do is start learning. So, not having the right team, right? So I'm gonna give y'all the framework. The 4W framework. And this definitely helps a lot because it's like, damn, now I have clarity on who I need to bring on the team. So it always come down to who, why, where, and when. Who do you need them? I said, who do you need them? Who do you need? Why do you need them? Where do you need them? And when do you need them? It always comes down to that. So if you could kind of answer that and kind of pinpoint that, I guarantee you could kind of structure your team in a way to where it's more efficient and the team is moving more effective, right? You don't want to just be bringing on people. And like I said, I know when we started off as small business owners, we had a tendency, and trust me, I've been through this, and sometimes still struggle with it here and there. Because you just, like, once you get to a certain stage, you just kind of want the best for everybody and everybody that's around you. So again, and that sometimes that comes with friends and family, but you want to kind of get out of that mindset of trying to hire friends and family, because I promise you, it's only so many businesses that hire friends and family and actually get to the next level. We talking about right now, like I said, we talking about starting off businesses. So we talking about hitting that 100K mark, right? So if you start learning now, before it's really like start trying to hire 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 people, if you start learning now how to start hiring the right people, then it'll help you further along down the line, right? So say for instance, like I said, starting off with the who, why, where, when framework. Use that framework to your advantage. That's simple, but use that framework to your advantage. Then also I'm gonna give y'all another framework. And I read this book, From Good to Great. Go check it out. And if you go read it, if you go check that book out, if you read it by Jim Collins, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And this why I kind of came up like, damn, you really got to have the right people on your team. That who, where, when framework really is effective. And then also you got to know where to put these peoples at. So basically he was saying, so it's you got the bus, right? You got a bus driver and you got the passengers on the bus, right? So the passengers on the bus is pretty much like your team. So now it comes down to putting the right people in the right positions and getting the wrong people off the team. It comes down to putting the right people in the right positions and on the right seats. We're gonna put the right people in the right seats and get the wrong people off the bus. So basically, what I mean by that is you want to put people where they good at. So basically, you want to learn people's. You want to focus on people's strengths. I used to be the person that used to focus on people's weaknesses. Like, damn, he ain't doing that right. He ain't doing that right. He ain't doing that right. He ain't do that right. He ain't doing that right. And I'm so focused on what he's not doing right that I don't see what he's doing right. I mean, I'm so focused on what he's doing wrong. I don't see what he's doing right. You feel what I'm saying? So I learned to focus on the strengths, and we can build off the weaknesses. So focus on what they already doing good, build them up from there, and then build up off the weaknesses. Don't focus on the weaknesses, I promise, because you're gonna miss everything they doing right. And if you use that who, why, where, when framework, plus putting the right people on the right seats, getting the wrong people off the bus, then there's no way you could really go wrong when it comes to getting the right people on your team. Because it's like, damn, I know exactly, for real, before you even bring people on your team, I would have that who, why, where, when framework already complete. That way, when you bring people on your team, like when you sit down with them when it's time to interview them, you already know what questions to ask for them. You already know what you're looking for. You already know where you want them at on the team, why you need them, and you already know, ain't no when can you start. It's just like, can you come in, can you start January 7th? I need you January 7th. When do I need you? I need you January 7th. Where do I need you? I need you on the stove. Why do I need you? Because the team growing. Who do I, like, you feel what I'm saying? So you gotta just really start getting specific, strategic. You gotta, you feel what I'm saying? You just gotta, that's what it really comes down to. The leadership is so let's just say, okay, I got it. The leadership is this is sweet. Watch this. So the leadership is the mind, is the brains, right? The leadership is the brains, but the team is the heartbeat. So you kind of need both. You don't grow the business without the heartbeat, and you don't grow the business without the brains. So you kind of need the leaders. So like I said, you got to be intact, and then it comes down to you bringing on the right people. You feel what I'm saying? Also, I want to tell you this too. Don't be scared to fire people. So when you're bringing on the right people, don't get me wrong, sometimes you're going to be wrong, and that's cool. Like, you ain't always going to be right. You're not always going to be right. So get that out your head right now about always being right. You're not always going to be right. So look, but what I'm saying is, sometimes you might be wrong, and the person that you might have thought was you might have thought he or she was it, turn around, you might gotta fire them because now, like, y'all having uncomfortable conversations with each other, and there's like a lot going on to where it's like y'all keep butting heads. You feel what I'm saying? And I done been through that. Like, I always tell people, like, I don't care about how many years of experience you got when I'm bringing them on my team. I don't care about how many years of experience you got. If you that good, I care about is how you can build up everybody else on the team. Then, if you that good. If you that good to where can't nobody tell you nothing or say nothing to you, you don't mess up, you don't make no mistakes, let me see you build up the rest of the team like that then. Or whoever working with you the most. Let me see you build that person up then, right? Because look, at the end of the day, success and greatness comes down to how many people can you make successful behind you? That's what it comes down to. Success don't come down to fame and glitz and glamour. That ain't what it's about. How many more people can you make successful? You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, so don't be scared to fire people. Your main two things you're gonna do as a leader, as a I hate to use the term as a boss, is hire and fire. Hire and fire. And in between that, that's when you be in the brains. When you're not hiring and firing, in between that is when you're doing it. When you been the brain, you networking, you marketing, you looking for other deals, you closing, you doing sales, like you doing all that type of stuff. Unless you just completely remove yourself from the business to where you ain't got to do work. That's that going from business operator to business owner, which that's gonna take some time, which ain't no big deal. So let's move to step 3. Your client gonna hold you right here all night. Step three. Not having systems. Ooh, this is good. Not having systems. Listen, this is so key, man. I really got big on systems last year for real, because once I started reading and studying, like, what the hell, like systems. And then I thought every system had to be like something electronic or something. A system could be just a detailed way of doing something that's maybe like this book right here. I call this is my playbook. So in here is a lot of like the things that it's a lot of like how I make my decisions, systemized, how I make my decisions, how we do marketing, what I expect from my staff in the trucks. First thing they got to do in the truck, seat belts. What to do when they run out of gas, or what to do if a lawnmower breakdown. Like, it has to be systems in place for you to have an effective team. You feel what I'm saying? If every time something happened on your team and you're not there and they got to call you, you didn't set the right expectations. And you misleading your team. So look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to focus on systemizing literally everything you do in your business. Everything. Now, there is some electronic systems, like, we use Jobber. That's how we use a CRM called Jobber. CRM just means customer relationships management system. And that for that just collects all our data, all our clients is in there in this system. Email addresses, phone numbers, addresses, past due, whether they paid or not, all of that stuff is in that type of system. So you will need a CRM system. You will need a CRM depending on what type of business you in, so that way you're not still, using notebooks and stuff like that to write names and emails, and you trying to keep up with invoices and stuff on paper. Like, you don't know. You want to use a CRM for that. You feel what I'm saying? And QuickBooks and all that other good stuff, and payroll systems. I forgot what payroll system we use. It might be on Jobber, if I am mistaken. But anyways, you definitely want to, so them type of systems, yes, you're gonna need electronic systems, but I'm talking about like far as how you want to make your decisions, like who get to spend what when it come down to that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm talking to a variety of people now, like, but who get to you giving out, let's just say they get debit cards or credit cards in your business or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? It needs to be a system in place for that. Because if there ain't a system in place for that, then I mean, I'm just gonna be able to just go spend as I need to. System in place for that. If you got somebody driving a vehicle or like, your whole day need to be structured and systemized. The whole goal of having systems is to kind of weed you out the process. Because the like I said, you want to kind of go from business operator to business owner. And when I say business owner, that means that you probably only coming into business like maybe once or twice a month. Depending on what type of person you are, once or twice a month, once or twice a week. You feel what I'm saying? That's pretty much just checking numbers, making sure the day-to-day is good. Checking numbers, making sure operations is good, making sure, you feel what I'm saying, everything is good. Like that's what you really want to get. You want to get out of kind of answering getting all the phone calls of what to do's and how to do's. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, so you really want to properly structure that out. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean every aspect of the business, and again, you're not gonna get all of this right off the bat, but at the end of the day, it like, start working on it. You feel what I'm saying? Start working on it. You feel what I'm saying? And then also once you create the system, you have to share it with your team. Once you create the system, you have to share it with your team, because now they need to know what's going on and how you want stuff done. But listen, this gonna weed out the I told you so's, I thought I did, and I ain't see it, and we ain't talk about this. This gonna weed out all of that once you systemize everything. Like, down to bonus structure, how you paying people, attendance, dress codes, whatever you could think of. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Systemize it. Whatever you could think of, man. Like I said, it's gonna be different from all type of different people. Like, how you doing your marketing? You feel what I'm saying? Like, think about like I said, break down your business. Break down your business and see where you need systems in place at. I promise you, this is gonna change the game for you. I promise. Listen, I don't even gotta go to the next three steps for real. This right here changed the game for you right now. Listen, if I was to start my business over from scratch right now, not knowing nothing about business, these 3 steps right here help me out tremendously. I promise you. This was gonna help you get to the 100K. This was gonna help you get to the 100K. That's what's gonna help you get to the 100K. Following these steps right here that I'm giving you. Let's get to step number 4. Oh my God. Man, I'm telling you, I'm just dropping bombs real quick. I guess I'm in a giving mood. Not knowing your customers. Not knowing your customers. Like, you as a small business owner, and probably only dealing with, like, I'm not gonna say a handful of customers or clients, but you as a small business owner, you're not a Walmart, you're not a General Motors, you feel what I'm saying? You're not a shopping plaza, you feel what I'm saying? So you don't have hundreds and thousands of clients. What did that mean? That means you have an advantage to be intimate with your customers. I like to call them clients. I get a customer, I turn them to a client. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I do. But anyways, You want to be intimate with your customers, man. You want to know everything. You want to know your customer like you know your business. You feel what I'm saying? You want to know your customer like you know your business. And you want to take the time out to really talk to your customers. Really talk to them. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't mean by, cause I don't want to be like, bro, like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't mean by shenanigans. I'm talking about safe answers, all right, for me. Like, safe answers, right? If I'm out passing out flyers, right? And I knock on somebody's door, somebody comes to the door, right? This is a perfect time for me to spend and damn, I don't want to say it like this, but this is a perfect time for me to spend as much as time in a short amount of time with this customer to turn them into a client. Because remember, if y'all remember, we talked about 3 different clients you got, right? You got your bargain clients, you got your satisfied clients, and you got your value clients. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's your job to turn a bargain client to a satisfied client, or a satisfied client to a value client. The whole objective is to turn a bargain to a value. Sometimes you get lucky and you already find a satisfied client. Sometimes you get lucky and you automatically find a client who was already a value client when you found them, but just whoever was already servicing them didn't know that they was a value client and was treating them like a satisfied client, or was treating them like a bargain client. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by you gotta know your customers, so that way that you could have that relationship with them. You feel what I'm saying? That way you could build that real close relationship to where it's like, not only do you know what they want, you know when they want it, you know how they want it. You feel what I'm saying? You're not asking them what to do and how to service them. You feel what I'm saying? You already ahead of the game, and which means now you don't got to be knocking on Miss Jones' door, knocking on Mr. Jones' door 3-4 times. You feel what I'm saying? You can just already knock this stuff out because you already know what they want. And if it's a value client, they're gonna want the whole shebang. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna want everything you got to offer, and then so they're gonna be trying to get you to offer some stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by you gotta know your customers. Listen, it's so many people that start businesses and don't know who they trying to service, and they think that what they're offering is for everybody, and there's no way in hell you could possibly serve everybody. So what I need you to do is focus on that niche, that specific customer that you're trying to target, and then I want you to focus on knowing that customer. That way you could dominate the market. That way when it's time for that customer, that way when there's somebody else knocking on their door, they not so eager to see what they got to offer, because the value that you giving them, the way that you treat them, the way that you servicing them, the way that you making they like, the whole objective is to make sure they buying their time back, and make sure you're making their life easy. If you doing that and adding value to whatever it is that you offering them, you feel what I'm saying? If you doing that, it's damn near almost guaranteed that a customer ain't gonna go nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be down there doing something wrong or about to get out of business or something like that for them to even be thinking about snooping around shopping with another customer. That's what I mean by you want to get to know your customer. You want to get intimate with your customer. You want to damn near feel like you're married to this customer. You feel what I'm saying? Get to knowing them by name. I struggle with this. I'm like, damn, I don't even know but I had somebody answering, well, not somebody, I had the office manager answering the phone, so I was out there in the field, so I didn't really get the chance. She knew, and I can say this too. If you personally, the owner, don't know every client or customer because you out there in the field doing whatever the case may be, but whoever's answering the phone that's still cool, because now when they answer the phone, they can say, hey, Miss Jones is such and such. You feel what I'm saying? Or, hey, Miss Martin, or Miss whatever the case, or Mr. whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? So, but the goal and the objective is to know your customer. And I promise you that'll change the game for you. Let's get to step number 5, y'all. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling, man? Listen, stay motivated, stay prayed up, man. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man, it's gonna change the game for y'all. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta keep y'all motivated and just stay prayed up. You feel what I'm saying? And just make sure y'all taking action, man. And I promise y'all, this stuff gonna work. Not having the right product or service. right? Right? Not having the right product or service. So what I mean by that is, if you don't know your customer, how you gonna know what product or service to offer them? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know your customer, how you gonna know what product or service to offer them? You feel me? So, again, I guess this kind of tie into each other, but not knowing your customer could drain your business alone, because it's like, you got a product or service you offering, but you don't know who to pitch it. You don't know who to pitch it to. You don't know where you can't find a gap in the market to where you can take advantage of. So again, like, not knowing your customer, not knowing what product or service to offer them, you feel what I'm saying, could drain your business. Pretty much, that can make you run out of business. Because if you don't got a customer to buy that product or service, then that product or service just sits on the shelf. And the longer that product or service sits on the shelf, you start discounting it. When you start discounting it, you start losing money. When you start losing money, when the company start losing money, you start losing money. And what happens when you start losing money? You're gonna panic. Right? You're gonna panic, bankruptcy, you're gonna start doing miscellaneous stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're gonna start getting into all these different businesses that you don't got no business getting into. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would definitely, again, know who my customer is. That way I can know what product or service. That way I could tailor my product or service for my specific customer. You feel what I'm saying? You can't go tailor a suit. You can't tailor a suit until you get the customer. That's why they don't sell tailored suits already tailored. You got to get the customer and know the customer before you can tailor the product or service. You feel what I'm saying? And then, before you offer this product or service, this is what I want you to do. I want you to search around in the market and see who else offering this product or service, right? I want you to see who else offering this product or service. Where is they offering this product or service at? Who is they offering the product and service to? And then how much is they offering that product or service for? You got me? You got me? I need you to know who they offering it to, where they offering it at, what the product or service is, and how much they selling it for. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's going to help you. Mind you, it's very seldom don't get me wrong, it happens a lot. It's happening a lot nowadays where somebody first in the business or somebody the first person to do it, or this case, or whatever the case may be. But if you're not the first one to have that product or service, somebody's leaving footprints behind who's the first person that started that product or service, and all you got to do is copy off, not even copy, but copy off what they doing. But then once you see who they servicing, where they servicing, how they servicing, how much they servicing it for, now you could kind of tweak your product or service in that way to where, let's say, I'm gonna tell you how you could dominate. Write this down. If you could offer the same product or service at a lower price. So let's just say if I'm selling a course, or somebody else selling a course about marketing. We're gonna say marketing, right? They selling a course for marketing. I see what they doing, right? I see what they doing. So I'm saying, follow the framework. Where they doing it at? How they doing it? What's the product? How much it's going for, right? Bam. I'm in the marketing. That's my lane. You feel what I'm saying? So now, when I make the same course, I'm not gonna make the same course word for word. But I'm gonna make damn near the same course because we got the same information. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add more value. I'm gonna add more value, right? And I'm gonna sell it at a lower price. Now, not always saying selling it at a lower price is gonna get you the advantage. So if I'm selling it for 900, don't sell it for 500. You don't want to go that low. You might want to go 750 or 7. Or 7 or something. You might want to go 797 or something. You feel what I'm saying? Don't go, because now what's wrong with your product or service that you selling it 50% cheaper than what they selling it versus you just selling it for maybe 10% cheaper or 5% cheaper, or you feel what I'm saying? 5 or 10% cheaper. You feel what I'm saying? Long as it's cheaper and the product is there, I mean the value is there, they gonna pay for it. You feel what I'm saying? So again, you gotta know your product. You gotta know your product or service too. You gotta know who you're trying to offer that product or service to, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's another key. Last but least, man, appreciate y'all for rocking with me too. Excuse me. Not knowing financial responsibility. Yep. I didn't think we was gonna tackle that one, huh? I didn't think we was gonna get to that one, huh? This is what I want you to do. You as a small business owner, you try and get to 100K, right? I want you to focus on 3 numbers just for right now. I just want you to focus on 3 numbers. I just want you to focus on what you brought in. I want you to focus on the revenue you brought in, the income. I want you to focus on the income. That's the money that's coming in, that's being generated through the business, the income. I want you to focus on that number. The next number I want you to focus on is expenses. Operating expenses, to be exact. Operating expenses. I want you to focus on operating expenses. What's operating expenses? Operating expenses is everything it takes to run that business. That's staff, that's trucks, that's systems, that's insurance, that's everything. I need everything it takes for you to run that business for the month. And then I want you to focus on profit. I want you to focus on profit. So I need you to focus on the income, the operating expenses, and I want you to focus on profit. Now, focusing on profit does not mean you're going to be profitable. Focusing on profits do not mean you're going to be profitable, right? Now, I want you to understand something. Not being profitable is not a bad thing depending on where you're at in the business. Now, if you 10, 15 years in the business and you ain't profitable, yeah, there's something wrong with that. But if you first year, second year, fourth year, fifth year, somewhere around up in there, you good. Don't sweat it. Do not trip. Don't trip. Amazon, founded in 1996, 95. Yeah, 95. Amazon, founded in 1995. They didn't turn their first profit until 2001. They didn't turn their first profit until 2001. So now, I want you to think about, how long do you want to grow the business? So this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about how long do you want to grow the business, because being in growth mode, eat up profits. I want you to focus on how long you going to grow this business for. It's going to be 2 years, 3 years, or you trying to hit the max. You know what? I'm all you on your Nipsey Hussle shit. You on your Nipsey Hussle shit. You like, I'm all money in. I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't mad. That's me. I swear to God. I'm all money in, bro. Now this year though, I'm turning a profit. I've been all money in the past few years, all the trucks, equipment, you feel what I'm saying? Got a nice amount of assets built up for the company. I've been all money in the past few years. This year I got to turn a profit. We going on our 4th year, I need to turn a profit. So what I need you to think about is, how long do you want to grow the business before you turn your first profit? Right? This next video I'm gonna do for y'all gonna be so fire. Whoo! This next video, I'm telling you, I got some heat for y'all, boy. I got some heat for y'all. Watch. This next video I'm gonna drop for y'all gonna be fire though. But anyways though, so again, focus on those 3 numbers. Focus on those 3 numbers, man. You don't, I mean, trust me, you gonna hear, like, I mean, me personally, I try to because I don't get confused. I maybe only try to watch like maybe a couple people. That way I ain't focused on trying to do this, trying to focus on what he trying to tell me to do, focus on what he trying to tell me to do. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say ain't nobody wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody got a different way, the way they do things, and everybody got a different way of how they grow their businesses, how they do their relationships, and this not the case. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a simple dude, like, you feel what I'm saying? So I feel like the easiest numbers for me to manage right now, and for me to still be able to keep a hold of my business and still be financially responsible, is focus on those 3 numbers. Now, the more you grow the business, of course, you're gonna start focusing on more numbers. But for right now, you're trying to hit that 100K, I just want you to focus on them 3 numbers right there. So let's just do a small recap real quick, I'm gonna get y'all out of here. So, like I said, the first thing, like I said, would drain your business was not having the right leadership. Gotta have the right leadership, man, if you wanna go to the next level. If you're really trying to make that 100K, you feel what I'm saying? Leadership is gonna be so key. Leadership is gonna be detrimental. Remember, leadership, that's the brains. Now you gotta have the right team too, though. Remember, that's the heartbeat. That's the heartbeat. You feel what I'm saying? Some people say some people say the money is a heartbeat. But I'm gonna just say, which they right though, I ain't gonna lie, because I know money, you ain't got no company. So we just gonna say, on this one, because I don't want nobody to beat me up. I don't want no smoke. On this one, we just gonna say the financials is the lungs. You feel what I'm saying? We just gonna say, because, you feel me? Still got a bit of breathe. But anyways, not having the right systems, not knowing your customers, not having the right products and services for your customers, and not knowing your financial responsibilities, man. Look, it's your boy Motivation on Wheels, man. Listen, if you like this video, I feel like this video was fire for real. I feel like I was dropping some gems real talk, and I feel like this definitely gonna help explode your business in 2025. 2025 is your year. Watch this full video. Watch this again, matter of fact. Watch this one again. Watch this one again. And I swear to, matter of fact, watch this one again. Drop down in the comments. Well, drop down in the comments what you need to work on. Or drop down in the comments like where you lacking at. Or drop down in the comments, you might need to work on all this. Stay motivated, stay prayed up, man. Forgot still.